the usual Duck Bomb was extra back again with, okay, this is going to be something. Because of stuff over in here, I am experimenting with something in particular. I might need to report that one because it's really terrible and apparently nobody did anything with that. Why that has been the case, I am not really sure, or if it has been that. Seriously, there should be a list on known stuff somewhere, because otherwise stuff might be reported. That might not be reported because of things. Also everything in here because of the usual, whatever. Yeah, I am on the death build, but yeah, I hope nothing crashes in here, because if it does, two things. First of all, the session will be thrown off. It's pretty much desynced, and I can't continue with the death build because otherwise, if I get that game running again, it is going to be a black screen. It will pretty much recognize the game, but afterwards it will be just a black square. Not sure if it has been fixed or is going to be fixed in the background because, geez, what the hell. Otherwise, yeah, either way. I'm just going through here. And another something where I am not even sure about everything in here. Let's get stuff going. There we go. Yeah, I have all of the community things. I think that's all of them. Okay, I now notice that this is that. Also, yeah. Wait. Huh? I need to check something. I have two. But for whatever reason it's not there. I would be potentially saying something's off. Because I have the second one as well. Also, in terms of everything else, okay, this is something else. I might actually go back to regular stuff because they are supposed that there should be 50 songs in here listed in the game. 2 missing. Let's check 12. There are 40. It is all 40. Well, at least that one's there. You know, fucking what? Have it there. Okay, because of things over in here, I went back to the current version of Alpha V. So there will be these things. Also, in terms of everything else, I also had something else there as well. Apparently, first of all, it is in here. I would be actually saying, yeah. I'm really not sure why the second one did not get over, so I might actually stay in here. But in terms of everything else, I'm not really sure in terms of it. Also, in terms of everything else, I am not sure how I'm going to do this, since I might actually just direct to the original. Even though it actually depends. because there might be something in terms of their... If anything is muted, it might be because MP3s are expected or not loaded in. It might be because of the newer build actually expecting what is being loaded. And if it's not finding it, it's just not doing it. Either way, I'm going in. And yeah, we're already getting whoops, somewhere. So since when was it he? I mean, of course it would be there. Yeah, also because of me going between modes and everything, because the camera hasn't been used, of course I needed to do another video capture device. Seriously, I need to do this one every time, because for whatever reason, stuff is not being saved. I mean, everything is being saved if I reuse it again after a week, but after... I'm not really sure if it's because after a month or two of me not using any of it, it pretty much doesn't work anymore. The fuck? Either way. Yeah, because of everything else in here, everything might be a bit off. Also have it there. Let's have it... Should I even? Well, let's have it immediately, because of course everything is already there. It should be top, because of course, and I did that as well. Wait a second, did I do... It is mini, okay. Because at least there should be... And I'm not even sure if that's even the case. Of course. What about those? Yeah, I would be saying for something that's supposedly easy, it's not. I would be pretty much saying a whole lot of those either way. I'm not even sure what my halfway... I think 30 was the cutoff point, so I won't survive this. Actually, because of that, I just go in he. Okay, we have immediately something that is BS. Since it's being said is 23, but it's actually 31. Inconsistency much? It's okay. Ah, yeah. There's something over in here. It is currently... I'm also... it is pretty much the one thing that is already being used on Outfox. I would be saying both versions in terms of both themes. Alpha Dance and... what was it? Soundwave? And potentially with that, at least on my sim files, I might potentially use that to maybe sync stuff better. Also, it depends, because I don't have a graph here. I would be saying I'm not even attempting the other. I'm not even going there. Actually, let's just... yeah, everything is apparently key sounded there. Also, in terms of things over in here, that is something else. Good to know. Also, I might... that is the reason. 9... it's not even doing it. Yeah, pretty much something is trying on doing something, but it's not doing that. Can I even check that one? 61, it's... yeah, it's that. I would be actually saying if that higher than 0, then do all of this there, let's say. Now it does it. Nice. I should be... No, I leave it as that for now. I will be potentially fixing that one as well before I put it live. Two things in here. Well, in terms of me going through in here for playing, and I'm not really sure if anything in terms of getting difficulties in here, because sometimes it's with how it has been displayed, like EX in terms like the ones downstairs, or like normal or whatever. If it's marked as such, it's mostly every time anything is being marked as such. And yeah, with that, I would be then saying, apparently something is not going correctly. Either that or two things have been marked as the same thing. Either way. Oh yeah, because of stuff in the background potentially not being loaded correctly. I would be guessing. First quiet and now sound mastering. Nido? Well, let's have it there. Even there it was something. Now it's minus. Okay. This one depends. That is 16, but my system says it's a 32. Already something over in here that I can say, at least from what I have seen, sometimes people don't fucking know how to rate their shit. So... yeah, seems like it, so I'm not going to do the other one. Okay, who is the fucking retard that put it at 16? You are a fucking asshole. Everything before was potentially worth a 16, but that at the end. Fuck off. At least we get something that is actually the opposite odds of someone not being able to rate something. I would be saying the reason why it's being rated this high is because of the slow BPM. But because of M speed, I can read shit. Well, there was something at least. Also, I would be saying, you know what, because of speed, have it there. Well, geez. Oh, for fuck's sake. Have it. I did it. I didn't even had it on. Oh, yeah, because it was a. Nah. I'm not sure why. Either way, since it's off already, nah, leave it. Okay, that was a bit too much there. Way too much. There's so much, so I have... Sheesh. I'm so early in here. Literally everything. Hello? Hello. Ah, wrong one. I'm not sure about this one. Something is 33 and I'm not really sure why that's the case, even though it is very not sure. Huh. Another someone who can't raid. Maybe that's the reason it has been low rated, because those doubles are considered easy. I can see that, but still. In actuality, I would be saying there are more doubles in here than anything else, so no. Why is that? Yeah. Potentially, I'm not really sure. Another one of those where I brought over a few. Yeah, in terms of everything, I went through everything because there are some nonsense files in there, as well as some that might be actually potentially usable. But I think, like this one, it's not really that, because it might be actually, yeah, it is actually downstairs, the one. Even though the amount of stuff is the same, the rating is even the same, in terms of calculated. So, actually there are mines in here, what? Either way, it is on par 28 though. I might not be able to do to handle that one, depending. I did not have fail off or anything. I think there was another something over in here, but I thought it was only the case for ones that are that's on the I might need to check something once I get to the next one. There we go. I might need to go through that one, even though I don't think there would be anything. Yeah, it is on fail immediate. I have flares off, so it should not be doing anything there. Like the usual, I'm not really sure if it's actually being displayed properly. Now it does that. You know what, because of things, I might not need this. There we go. Might actually need everything in my Okay, this is something else. Something else that I would be saying this was supposed to be beginner. Not even sure if this one is one of the unfinished ones, quote unquote. One that should not be there. If it's that... actually, it seems to be finished. I would be potentially saying this was supposed to be beginner. Because in terms of what is harder, that one's dead then. And also everything is on par, I think. Need it. Yeah, everything else is too hard. Both are just easy. Really? Okay. Just what the hell, please. So while it goes all over the place and then... Okay, what's this, please? Can only do this one. Well, that was something. At least it was something. Hello? There. Pretty much two things there. It could. I'm not really sure. I might go back on it if it's the case. We'll take a few sessions until I get there, depending if it's actually the case. If not, well... Okay, because of all the doubles in here... Have that, hey... not doing the other hard one? That might be too hard, because this here might already be borderline. Depending, let's check. Whoops. That's it. Okay. I would be potentially saying I won't be doing 2 pegs after one another. I will be doing this one half. Actually, it depends how many there are still left. Especially since the next one has a little bit less. Yeah, medium will be skipped because it's too hard. Yeah, the easiest will still be done, of course. What was that place? Not sure. Only one. Really not sure if it's the halfway point I'm on or not. So do I have it there? There. It is there. How many until halfway point? I need a bit more there. Halfway point is on N, but I'm on L still. So it's incoming. In terms of cutting, it might not be the halfway point, but still, depending. So it will be one pack. Clean 80. The hell. One is a bit harder. It both ways. One. Of course, another clean, but 51. Fairly on pairs. Was actually, in terms of everything else, it was not. In terms of certain things, I might need to actually. I think it might be one that has. I think it might have to be that one. Let's check there, I think. Yeah, it is listen. Why do I even have that there? I think it was one of the ones where I brought in everyone. Whoops. Also because of everything else, this is going to be something. Whoops. I might fail this one actually. Yeah, what the hell was that? This is even worse. Let's just have it there so that it can be just... I would be saying it's just checking. Actually, I'm not sure. Should I attempt even? Okay, that is just... Stuff could have actually been done easier. There was a way. Another something where someone was unable to... I'm not really sure why it's... There isn't much here, but it's still that hard. What? It's because of the end? Okay, that might be the reason why it's quote-unquote hard, even though it's overall not that. I fucking hate you guys with the inconsistency. That one is pretty much double. Well, at least it was a bit more consistent. But still. Yeah, everything else is just way too high. I am not checking D7. Also, what the hell he? So that image change was the miss one.